Hi, and welcome to this vocabulary lesson because we are going to look at synonyms, collocations in context, and words that belong in the word family. I hope you'll stick around with me every single day, learn these 3,000 words with me. Commonly, commonly. So I have two foods here. They are staples in most of the world, okay? Potatoes and rice. They are commonly eaten around the world. One of my favorite things to do with a class is to talk about how you prepare rice, because nearly every culture eats rice, but they all eat it in different ways. Potatoes are less commonly used, but are still very common throughout the entire world. Commonly. So commonly is an adverb, and it means to be used by a lot of people. A synonym for commonly might be ubiquitous, ubiquitously. So ubiquitous is the adjective, ubiquitously, ubiquitously. Some other synonyms are usually, habitually, typically, generally, as a rule, ordinarily, normally. If something is commonly used, it means it's used everywhere and people don't even think about how much it's used. It's commonly used. So it's a neutral tone that means general frequency. For example, this expression is commonly used in everyday American English. This means that many people use this expression regularly. We use it to talk about shared knowledge. For example, the city is commonly known as the gateway to the West. Most people recognize the city by its nickname. I'll tell you that that's St. Louis. St. Louis is the gateway to the West because back when people were traveling across the United States by covered wagon, the United States was mostly settled up to the Mississippi River. So St. Louis is located right here, and the Mississippi River runs along this line. Okay, this is the Mississippi River, and St. Louis is located right here. Back in the early days, before trains, before cars, we traveled to the west in covered wagons. And people would gather here in St. Louis and team up. They would create their covered wagon trains in order to go across the West. Okay, those are the main routes that it was more like this. They would gather at St. Louis. So the gateway to the West in the United States is known as, is the nickname for the city St. Louis. So this city is commonly known as the gateway to the West. It's something most people in the United States know, that St. Louis is the gateway to the West. Scientific or factual description. This is a formal usage of commonly. These plants are commonly found in tropical regions. This means that the plants occur frequently in those areas. Commonly can be used to mean popular belief. It is commonly believed that drinking coffee causes dehydration. This doesn't mean that that it's true or not. It just means that most people believe it. Many people think it's true, although the belief may or may not be completely accurate. I think it's true. Classification or naming. This is an academic or formal usage of commonly. The condition is commonly referred to as tennis elbow. So tennis elbow is where you overuse your elbow, maybe playing tennis, but maybe doing other things. And it's a kind of an injury. But a doctor may have a different word for it. I know it as tennis elbow because I'm not a doctor. Most people in the United States will know tennis elbow, but maybe won't know whatever that's called when it's like what a doctor would call it. If you're a doctor, put it in the comments what tennis elbow is actually called in medical terms. It's the common usage or the common name. This method is commonly accepted by researchers. Okay, so it's ubiquitously accepted by researchers. The mistake is commonly seen among beginner learners. Okay, this mistake is commonly seen among beginner learners, something that most learners make. I'll tell you right now that the third person S in English is a very common mistake for beginners. This one. He likes coffee. This S at the end is really hard for beginners to make, or for beginners to get correct. I know when you write it, you're like, oh yeah, I need that S. But it's not something that I would expect an English learner to really get right until they're an advanced speaker. I teach it at beginning levels because it's part of present tense. It's simple, but linguistic development says that you're not going to really know it and use it well until you're an advanced speaker. Interesting, right? It is commonly seen. It's a mistake that's commonly seen among beginner learners. This is one of the reasons I say don't worry about your verb tenses. If you put a time stamp in there, like yesterday I go to the store, you're going to understand. People will understand you even though you made a grammar mistake. Don't worry about your tenses. Worry more about your vocabulary. Because if I say yesterday I go to and then I don't know the word store, someone's not going to understand me. It's more important for you to know your vocabulary. The word kid is commonly used in informal conversations. It means child. The bird is commonly spotted near lakes and rivers. So if I'm around a lake or river, I would expect to see this bird. If I'm in the desert, I don't expect to see the bird. These symptoms are commonly associated with seasonal allergies. Something commonly associated. This is a collocation. It means it goes together with. So commonly has a neutral tone to positive tone. Commonly used, commonly found, or commonly seen. A positive would be if what we're saying is a positive, like accepted or respected. Commonly accepted, commonly respected. If the word that we're using is doubtful or debatable, it can, like believed or assumed, it's commonly believed, it's commonly assumed. Most people believe it, but I'm not saying that it's completely true. And we use it in formal and academic settings, commonly referred to as or commonly associated with. We'll put those words together. The opposite of commonly is uncommonly. So this takes a very common prefix that makes it an opposite. The noun is commons. And commons are the place that everybody shares. In colonial times, most cities were built with a shared field in the middle of it. And that shared field became a park that is still used today. Most cities in the eastern United States have what is known as the Commons. The Boston Commons is a very famous park. And it used to be, back during colonial times, it used to be the space that everybody shared to have their animals graze. Now it's a place that everybody shares for a park. So the Boston Commons. There's no verb here. The adjective is common. If something is common, it means it's usual. It can also mean it's shared. For example, the common spaces in my house are not my bedroom. They're my kitchen, my front room. It's the places that I would have other people come to. And commonly is the adverb, commonly. I really hope that you enjoyed this word. Research shows that if you know 3,000 words, then you can pretty much say anything you need to say. I hope I'll see you tomorrow, and please like and subscribe.